Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a tutorial video here on Dancematic, which is a tutorial video for dime stopping. Now, if you don't know what dime stopping is, then you want to go ahead and check out my video where I break down what dime stopping actually is. Overall, if you have not subscribed, feel free to do that. Also, leave a comment, a like to help out that YouTube algorithm, or share this video and this content if you find that it's helpful for maybe someone else who's been asking about this technique or wondering what it is. Overall, I thank you so much for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get started with the video. So with dime stopping, or if it's just a dime stop, either way, there are 3 stages that I've broken things down to. Okay, the first stage has to do with just moving and stopping, getting familiar with how you want to move your body to just move and stop. You're not necessarily focusing on how precise you're stopping. You're just getting an idea of how you want to move if you're doing movements. Now, this is really for those who are just starting out. As you get more familiar with the technique and engaging with it, you'll actually probably skip this stage and move right into the second stage, which is moving and just stopping quickly, okay? And that is where you're really going to start to see these effects of the sudden pauses, okay? You're going to start to be able to go from a slower pace to a much quicker pace. And then the third stage is really refining and polishing up, cleaning up your actual dime stop, your actual technique with whatever movement or series of movements you're doing. All right, so the main thing within all 3 of these stages to keep in mind is that relationship of movement and stopping, motion and stopping. So with a dime stop, basically what you're doing is you're bringing your body in that motion from a moving point to a sudden stopping point. One way you can practice, a dime stop is just moving and stopping suddenly, okay? So let's say if I want to practice walking and dime stop, okay, with a dime stop. I'll go ahead and start moving and then stop all of a sudden, okay? Just move and stop, okay? Getting used to making sure that everything stays still, okay? So if I just go slowly, I can get kind of that slow feel of what it's like to move and then stop at a certain point. My arm, I want it to stop about right here, just above my waist. It feels natural, it feels comfortable to just stop myself right there. So that's one way you can practice, picking simple movements, doing them slowly, okay, going through those stages of progression, okay, and that's just an example, okay. Let's go ahead and talk about dime stopping though, because it's really important to keep in mind how a dime stop and the mindset of movement and stopping works, and then we're going to go ahead and keep that in mind as we're going into dime stopping. Alright, so with dime stopping, a couple of things to keep in mind. The first is, if you are going to practice this technique, it can be helpful to use a mirror or some sort of recording device so that you can actually see what you're doing. Sometimes you might do something, you can't necessarily keep your eye on what it is that your body is doing, and so sometimes the recording device can be helpful for that, but a mirror can be helpful if you're looking straight at yourself and you're actually trying to tweak something or make adjustments, okay? When it comes to dime stopping in and of itself, you want to keep in mind motion and stopping, okay? Movement and stopping. Let's go ahead and practice dime stopping. Now, before we do, I want to show you a series of movements. It'll be 7 specific moves that will link together, and we'll go ahead and practice them slowly. Then it'll speed up a little bit more, and we'll start to see and experience that pausing effect that I'm talking about. Okay, so the 7 movements are as follows. We're going to start with our feet shoulder width apart. We're going to go ahead and first movement, lift both of our arms up at the same time so that they're shoulder height, okay, parallel to the floor. Then we're going to go ahead and bend both of our elbows at the same time, bringing our hands in. And as you bend your elbows, you're gonna just naturally, your elbows are gonna go ahead and extend out some so that both of your hands are in the middle of your chest. That's the second move. Okay. The third move, we're gonna turn slightly to one side or the other. I'm turning to one side here, and it's gonna be at about a 45-degree angle. Okay. And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and bend forward slightly. This is the fifth move, bending forward slightly. Okay. Now, one thing I want to stress here is that if you're bending forward and you're keeping your legs straight, you do not have to do that. You can bend your knees slightly as you're moving forward and just stop everything at once. Okay. Then we're gonna go ahead and come and straighten ourselves back up, still at that 45-degree angle. Then we're going to go ahead and turn and face forward. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and take our arms. This is the seventh and final move. Take our arms here that are bent and we'll put them down to our sides. Okay. So that's a 7-step movement combination. Okay. So again, to go through that, I'm going to go ahead, start feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to go ahead and come up with both of the arms parallel to the ground. I'm going to go ahead and bring both arms bending at the elbow forward so that our hands are right in the center of our chest. Okay, almost touching together, but not necessarily so. Then we're going to go ahead and turn that 45-degree angle with our torso, our top half. We're going to go ahead and turn it, twist it to that 45-degree angle. Then bending the knees slightly, we're going to go ahead and lean forward some. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and straighten our bodies back up. Then we're going to go ahead and twist our torso back to the front. And then we're going to go ahead and drop our arms down to our side. Okay? So 7 steps movement. Let's go ahead and practice that. Before we practice, you want to remember you're going to go ahead and think moving and stopping. Okay? So we're going to start slow. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, begin. Move, 2, 3, stop. 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 All right, so you want to go ahead and practice at that pace. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, stop. Move, 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 2, 3, stop. Okay, now I want to go ahead and speed it up a little bit more so the pace will be a little bit quicker, but I'm going to go ahead with the same movements. 1, 2, 3, again, and move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop. All right, now as we're doing that, you want to go ahead and focus more on that stopping so you create that pausing effect. Okay, ready? Let's try one more time. And 1, 2, 3, begin. Move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop, move, stop. Okay, so what it will finally look like once it's all said and done and you've actually gotten familiar and gone through the stages of dime stopping, you're going to have a series of movements that you can move at this speed. So it'll look something like this. Okay, you want to go ahead and continue to work on making things interesting, so start adding some different movements and go through those stages. Okay, and as you're going through those stages and as you're cleaning up your dime stops, you want to go ahead and focus on that movement and that stopping. Okay, so if you've made it this far in the video, that means that you want to engage with strobing. Again, this is a little bit more advanced here, the way dime stopping is used, but it is something that you can go ahead and move towards if you're just starting out and you're trying to still get dime stopping together. That's okay, because this will actually help to improve your basic form of dime stopping. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I picked 3 movements that we can do, okay? So they're each going to be very simple. First movement, we're going to lean out just a little bit and we're going to go ahead and bring our hands out, okay? At the elbows, we're going to turn, okay? Then we're going to bring that back. We're going to go ahead and go to the other side, do the same thing. We're going to bring that back, and then we're going to come forward, bringing both hands out, and then we're going to come back, okay? So the increments we're going to use are increments of 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then bring it back, 1, 2, 3, okay? And then we'll go ahead and do that for the other 2 movements we're going to do. We're going to start slow and then speed it up. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, begin. 1, 2, 3, bring it back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, bring it back. 1, 2, 3. Now forward. 1, 2, 3, bring it back. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, bring it back. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3, bring it back. 1, 2, 3. Forward. 1, 2, 3, bring it back. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go ahead and speed it up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I know that was a little bit quicker how we sped it up, but again, it's an advanced way of dime stopping. Okay, overall, I hope you all have just really enjoyed just learning this technique, how it's done, breaking it down. Now strobing, I can go ahead and do a tutorial where I go into a little bit more detail about that, but overall, just keep in mind that it is a way dime stopping is conducted. All right, so I hope that you really did enjoy the tutorial. Feel free to leave a comment below. Any questions you have, you can go ahead and drop those to me, and I'll be more than glad to try to answer them as best as I can. And feel free to leave a like to help out that YouTube algorithm. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, and share this content if you find that it's been helpful for you and it may be helpful for someone else. Feel free to share that knowledge. So I thank you all so much. God bless, and I look forward to bringing more content your way in the future.